arrested for bank robbery in Mexico. About what? Yeah, about 15 years ago.
86.
Yeah, I've got a nice article about it. When she went up on the stage, you know, as a comedian.
Yeah.
And so Laura went up on the stage to volunteer. There's about 12 people. I think he got them all hypnotized, except one that he threw out.
Yeah.
And then made them do all sorts of things, you know, vaguely sexual.
No.
No. I mean, it was acting out. And you were very proper, as is your nature. But then he said, okay, now you can go back down to the tables and talk to people, but don't let anybody touch you, right? You know, or inappropriately. If they do, slap them. Well, she came back and sat with me, and I just patted her on the, there, and she just, you know, completely under hypnosis, so she says. But I actually know so little about all of what went on. I mean, all I know is that I saw your father on an almost daily basis while he died in the hospital. The thing that I remember the most, seeing him and thinking, my God, you know, that's what happens when in a sense you give up, and when in a sense you've been sort of constantly beaten around. Say your father wasn't perfect, though.
You know, from everything I've known about my mother, you know, she's very artistic, obviously a very intelligent person. Both of them incredibly intelligent people.
Yeah.
That's great, but it didn't make for wonderful parents.
Well,
it made for a very hellish existence.
I feel okay.
You look good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a...
Where are you from? Are you from...
Wimbledon. Wimbledon is where I grew up.
You're from Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
do you miss England?
I go a lot. I mean, I say Laura and I went there. She's been... every year we've been married. Every other year she's been at least 2 or 3 weeks there. Because my sister's there and I like it. And so, do I miss it? The answer is yes. Could I live there? If I had a lot of money, I could probably live there. Bill Whalen died. You remember? I mean,
Whalen?
Yeah. He was the chair that started, you know, asking Leonard to do things that Leonard didn't want to do.
What was it like? What was it like after that whole situation with my father? Kind of like after he died and whatnot?
The sadness of all of this. Not just this, but, and you see it probably more in China. Life just is this tremendous current. He just gets swept aside. Any photographs?
Oh, I have all the photos.
I'd like a photograph of your father.
Yeah?
I really would.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't have one. We once almost came to blows, and I can't remember, it was down here outside of his office. And I think probably I told him that, you know, he was really going beyond the pale in some of the things that he was doing in terms of his teaching. Late.
That really?
This is Ramon Iglesias. This is what actually, Ramon was my student, and they did this thing. I didn't believe it. Okay, so electric theory, get related. All right.
That guy's still alive?
The Omega Science Research Technology. What the hell was that? But she's gutsy because there's no such thing. Yeah.
That's great.
Students here, faculty here who are my students. Okay, so then we'll come in a slightly different way. Let's go home. So, Kimberly, yeah, that's one of my grandsons.
Ah.
That's Philip's son in California. Trying to get onto the site citation area to look up the name, to find out the citations, and I've clean forgotten how to do it. There it is.
There it is.
Now, you can go through every paper that he's written.
And we'll actually have the paper there scanned, or what?
Well, no, well,
the text?
that one can do also, but these are all his papers, and these are the number of times they've been cited.
Hey, that's interesting, isn't it?
And I can go to 5 pages. So how do I go to the next page? Yeah, there's the next page. Page 2. Okay.
Oh, there's one that's cited quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
67 times.
All right. Well,
Yes.
I'll print this out if you'd like them.
Sure.
But there's one at J.O. Chem 1955. Okay. View the record. You can actually. This is the fourth page. Progress in physical organic. So that
Got interesting little tidbits of your office here. Didn't get to see the article this time about your bank robbery.
I'll give it to you right now. You take it with you. But where's the hell's my notebook? Hi, Pumpkin.
Any other things you want to say to Karen?
No, tell her to contact me. You know.
I will.
Yeah,
I'll
she
give
must
her
have a website and all that good stuff, right?
She does,
She's in this
actually.
business.
Yep.
And she was working with Brown and Little? No, she was...
Little Brown.
Yeah, right?
Right, but no longer. She's a senior technical writer at Nokia.
Nokia?
Yeah.
All right. Senior technical writer. Is she happy? Is she married? Children? All that
Happy,
good
married.
stuff?
Yeah, she's doing well.
Okay, lovely. So
She's also singing and performing cabaret shows and
Oh, really?
Just a seminar waiting for you.
No.
I don't know, I didn't get it. I just... Hello.
Alright.
I sent down a lot of things to be... Oh, here they are. Leonard. BW, yeah.
Larry Elsie?
Yeah, that's
Jonathan Levitt, Leonard Levitt's son.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Phil made a documentary about him.
That's wise.
It's called From Bank Robber to Chemistry Baron. Take care.
You doing okay?
Yes, David.
All right.
Lots of chemistry coffee.
Come on, talk.
La mamá de...
Sí, que recuerda de la mamá.
Era bien, muy buena, sí. Y yo era fíjate, como muy seguido yo venía. Él lo conocíamos cuando estaba...
¿Desde cuánto tiempo lo conocían?
Muchos años.
Siempre
Desde
quería
estaba
que
chico.
lo entendiéramos
Sí,
nosotros.
nomás.
Sí, era muy cliente.
Sí, pues y luego ya se fueron y...
Y pues sí, sí.
Ahora que regresó, bajico. Es muy
Nomás
diferente.
medio metro más alto.
Sí, muy diferente.
Sí.
Ok.
Thanks a lot,
Gracias.
guys. Thank you very much.
Man, they just dissed you in Spanish, man. Said you're like the worst customer ever. No. They remembered that you and your mom came here for many years. You know, you were good customers. Always came here all the time. He remembers you. You know, you were coming here since you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And that, now when he sees you now, you're like it's that you've grown up so much since then. You know, you're like they say you're like several feet taller now. Since those times we remember you when you were a kid coming with your mom.
Yeah.
So, but they said no, your mom was a good woman. You know, they remember her, good customer.
guy had a sense of humor.
You ready?
Ready?
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Great, I got it. Thank you. So it feels great. It feels awesome to be back here, and the reason why is because, you know, I'm here with, you know, my closest friend from El Paso.
Beto?
Yeah, and we solved the problem of storage. Finally, storage is out of my life, at least in El Paso.
Storage will never be out of your life.
Yeah, as long as China's in my life, storage will always be a part of my life. And we've been eating lots of Mexican food, right, Juan?
Yes. Yeah.
All pretty kick-ass. It's been great. It's wonderful to come back here. It's like, you know, this is where I grew up, you know, and so everything is very familiar to me and very easy. You know what I mean? There's that feeling of easiness about it. You know how to do things immediately because you grew up here.
No, just a lot of sort of memories that came sort of back, things I hadn't thought of for years. You know, driving last night and all throughout the week, just driving around, seeing places, sort of through the perspective of with you.
Yeah.
And attaching the memories that I have of those places and how we experienced them when we were growing up here. Because I've driven some of these places before, but when I drove them with you, it's sort of like it was that memory that we shared together.
Right.
With that particular place.
Right. Here we are, saying goodbye to storage. How do you feel, Juan? What are your final thoughts about storage? I mean, you've had a long history of helping our family.
Yes, I've been here many times with you and your mom, storing stuff, restoring stuff, repacking it. And all I can say is thank the Lord that it's empty and it's all packed and ready to be shipped. I have memories of your mom as me and you were, or even when I was helping her storage, going through boxes, and she was sitting on a lawn chair, one of those lawn chairs with the mesh type material on them, sitting there just with her big sunglasses, going through the piles of paper, trying to find some specific set of notes that she had stored somewhere, but had no specific idea where they were exactly.
All right, everybody, this is monumental history in my life. Take care.
That's it. It's done.
It's done.